Hi, and welcome to another RC Pilot Pete Watson video. Today we're going to have a look at the new model I bought, which is the MB339 from JP Hobbies. So, I'm not going to do an unboxing video. All I'll say now is that the packaging was excellent. Each individual component in its own bag, let me say, polythene bag, and securely fastened either by tape or in cross styroprene cross braces. So here we go. I hope you find the video interesting and get some use from this, and thanks for watching. Okay, we've got all the components laid out now individually. So you've got the vertical stabilizer, two horizontal stabilizers. These are the fuel pods, tip tanks, obviously the fuselage, and the wings. As you'll already see, the wings are one piece, and the first thing I've come across with this model is that unfortunately it's a one-piece model, so therefore the wings are glued on. In fact, every component is glued, as opposed to some of its rivals or competitors' models where they are screwed. So I personally don't find it a negative, but some may. Also, what I've noticed in the construction of the model is, you will see, like here on this fuel pod, the molecular structure is very open, as opposed to the Arrows models, let's say. Again, on the wings, you can see here the molecular structure on the wings of the foam. So whether this will be a negative or not, I'm not sure. Certainly when it's up in the air you can't see this, so I'll not pass comment at the moment, other than that I can say the finish isn't as good as the competitors' models. Fuselage isn't much better, a little bit. One thing to watch out for also is here you can see the ESC is just loose, so that needs fastening down. But other than this, two negatives. That's the overall molecular structure is open, that it's got to be glued. All I can say is so far relatively positive. One of the obvious points, or may not be so obvious, but when we come to glue the components in, we must scuff the actual unit pieces, so we are putting glue to foam and foam to foam, not foam, glue, paint. Okay, so we can just have a quick look at the intakes, which are there, which is quite nice. It's on the wings, you can see go straight through. Not a lot more to say really. Right, let's crack on and get it built. Okay, firstly the manual. It's all step by step, usual important steps, such as the 90 degrees and parallel to the horizontal stabilizer, parallel to the wings, and simple. So it's a few 9-10 simple steps. So right, on we go with the build. Okay, my preferred glue of choice is the Foam Safe Foam to Foam from Deluxe Models, or sorry, Deluxe Materials. I've always found this glue to be adequate for this kind of application. I've noticed other modelers may use Sino on a model like this, but I'm going to stick with the foam type foam to foam from Deluxe Materials. Okay, as mentioned earlier, it's important to sand off the paint where you're going to glue the surfaces, so this is the sandpaper of choice, and it's P1000. Really, it's wet and dry sandpaper. This should just be fine enough to take the paint away and score the foam, but not too deeply. So first step will be to get sanding all the contact points. Okay, so that's all the joints sanded on the components. So here, this one wants a little bit more taking off looking at it, but also I've done the carbon rod, which will go into there. Okay, as I normally do and should do with the contact adhesive, is to get glue onto the two surfaces, put the two surfaces together, work the glue, and then pull away and wait 30 seconds, and then put the components back together again. Okay, because it's only about 15 degrees in my workshop, what I've done is got everything tacked up. The glue is holding but not quite firm, so it wants a little bit more longer to set. So I've just put some weights down on the wing there, so it'll put pressure down onto the fuel pod mount. The tail, that's gone together quite well, and again I'm just going to now leave it, everything's centralized and at 90 degrees to each other, so feel happy about that. So it's just to leave it now and let it all cure. As I say, it's unfortunately it's a bit cool in my shed today. Okay, things. So as you can see, I've velcroed this to the side of the model now. I'll hold it in place so it's not banging about during flight. Okay, as you can see now, I've put the plastic captive upper for the control horn with the, I don't know what to call them, but these parts are down into the plastic. This is helping guide the screw through, and to hold these in place until I can screw them, I have just put a blob of Sino centrally, but just a tiny bit to hold it in place while I get the screws in. Okay, one other thing that I have done is put some glass reinforced tape onto the fuel pods under the wing, because that's the undercarriage basically. This is hand launch excuse me, is hand launch and is going to be landing on there. That's its undercarriage, if you like. So I put some glass tape on there just to help reinforce it. Okay, that's the build finish now. It's probably, I would say, somewhere in the region of about 5 hours work. I've left everything as is, so everything from the box I've used. So let me say, these eventually, if I find the models flies alright, I'll paint them grey, but until I've flown the model I shan't do anything. Just look a little bit, not ugly, but standing out. It's gone together nice. Not really anything. It would have been nicer to bolt things rather than glue everything, but let me say, we've got what we've got. So that's my main negative with the model, is it's all glued together. See in the fuselage that I've this wire will eventually go into this clip, so it's out of the way, so it can't foul the elevator push rod. I put glass tape down to hold my aerial wires in place and protect them through here. Bit more glass fibre tape, you know, in the bottom and on the other side as well, just for added protection. So I would say the Arrows Hobbies models have got a slight edge over it, but I think we're just got to wait and see what it flies like, because the end of the day, it's how the model flies, not how it looks. We're not going to look at it, we're going to fly it. So disappointed, like I said earlier, in the finish of this, but if you wanted to be really fussy about it, you could fill them in and repaint. But yeah, no niggles, gone together, and looks a lovely model at this stage. So the next time you see it will be on its maiden flight. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the build, and well, let's see how we go on the flight.